Hello. Apparently this game is built for an extremely small resolution. So I gotta resize everything. Alright, there you go. Let's go resize some things. Whoa. Check that out. Why is it like this? Okay, we have the window. I could have done this before going live, but I decided not to. What is this, a game for ants? Okay, alright. There was BGM playing before. It had like it had vocals. Oh, I need to do my redeems. Hold on 1 second. Refreshing the page. There's your RGB. Okay, so this is Recettear. Maybe I should move it over here a bit. Look at that. There's some borders on both sides of the screen for no reason. Maybe I could find some background to use. I don't know. Let's put chat. Let's make chat slightly bigger. Actually, that's a better idea. I'll have this window over here, and then just make chat large. A large chat today. Anyway, I tried using my controller. I couldn't get it set up in time, so I don't know. Let's just use keyboard and mouse. Welcome. I'm gonna welcome in a bunch of people. Welcome in Nabunan. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Listen to the music in the meantime. Welcome in Nabunan, Hebi, Jose, Duck, Stanley, Big Ham, Escapade, Hamflow. You're just in time for Capitalism, the video game. Yeah, we can listen. We can listen to this while I hydrate. Anyway, this game came out like a long time ago. When was Recettear released? Let's look it up. Recettear on Steam 2010. 12 years ago, September 10th, 2010. 12 years. It's a long time. One of the classic indie games translated to English of all time. I played this game, let's see, I played this game for like 20-something hours back in the day. I actually don't know if this game was popular like in Japan itself. I just know it's like very popular in the West because it's like one of the few games that was translated. It's available. But yeah, actually I think I've drawn Recettear fan art before. Let me find my old Pixiv. See if I have it. It's definitely on there somewhere. Pixiv.net. Is there a way to look up user? Okay, let me. Hamful, you've never heard of this game? It's a classic of all time. Well, because you're not into anime and stuff like that, so maybe that's why. Probably. It was very classic though. Okay, let's see. How do I find myself? There. Exact match. All users. Why are there 3 users named Waffles? Okay, let me just Google Waffles Recettear. What? Where's my how can I find my old fan art that I made? I'm just stalling. Can't find what? Did I spell it wrong? Okay, you know what? Never mind. If I can find it, I will post it somewhere. We're just silent. We're just gonna be in silence. Maybe I should do this at the end of stream. Wait, no, I think I don't have it. Okay, okay, whatever. I should just get started. It's time to game. It's gaming time. You guys ready for this game? Triple Wolfie? What? Oh yeah, there's 3 of them. Okay, let's start. Z button options. Look at options. Music 5, sound, voice, message speed always fast, unread text skip. Sure. So people who don't know this game, basically you like run a shop. You go into a dungeon. You fight enemies. You gather items and then you sell them to people. I know there's been some more recent games that are based around this concept, like Moonlighter or something. I heard that one wasn't actually that good. But this one was good. I spent a lot of time on this. I'm not gonna read the text out loud, because that's not what I do on these streams. If you want to read it, you can read. Otherwise, just the lore probably doesn't really matter at all. There's a mushroom. Check out that mushroom, though, right here. The translation is actually pretty good too. They have some localizations that are good. Immersion, what? There's this is the main character, Recettear. I don't know how they chose this name, but it's good. There's a fairy named Tear, and she teaches you how to do stuff, I guess, probably. I don't remember much about this game, other than what I just described. So we're opening a store. She's French. Is she French? Was that a French swear word? Okay, so she's gonna teach us how to run the shop. Capitalism ho is the catchphrase of this game. It's all about capitalism. You sell things to earn profit. You go to the dungeon to get profit. Okay, so they're trying to open a store. We have nothing to sell though. So I think they're gonna go hire a guy, and then we get to control the guy, go into a dungeon, fight people. Welcome in Bobatron. 3,000? It's a large number. Yes, we have to establish stock. Have you played Moonlighter? I tried that and realized that was basically just the Western version. Yeah, I mentioned it like 5 minutes ago, but I heard it wasn't as good. I've seen some gameplay of it. It doesn't seem as engaging. The combat doesn't seem as fun. Or maybe they changed it since last time, but last time I've seen it, it didn't seem that good. Okay, we have to go to the Merchant's Guild. We do a bunch of stuff. There's an old guy somewhere. We could do some stuff. Yes, let's go. The music is... I should turn the music up. It's kind of low. Once I get to the settings, I'll do that. Upper right-hand corner store. They tell you where the door is. Okay. Button 4? What is button 4? Oh, that's my... Z, X, C, and V. Welcome in, Delicious Smile. And Distracted. Wait. I already said that. I thought the combat was fine, shop aspect. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I heard, like, the optimum price in that game is, like, the same no matter, like, no matter what you're doing. Okay, Merchant's Guild. Girl and a fairy. The Loan Shark. Loan Shark. Is that a Gaogura reference? Okay. They're gonna do some stuff. And go places. You have another funny Twitter, but what was the first funny Twitter bot story? I don't remember what it was. Do you have your coffee today? Yes. I could just press escape to skip the event. But what if you guys wanted to read? Then I'd be ruining everything for you guys. I can't believe Wolfie would just skip through the dialogue like that. Okay, we purchased a bunch of items from this dude to try to sell. You can talk. Don't ruin my immersion, what? I forget, what is it? Fusion? You can fuse items? You're able to fuse items. There's some items you can only get by using fusion. +2 quantity, you'll get an item. Okay. Combine good items to get better items to sell. Okay. Merchant levels, what is that? This was back in the day when tutorials are mostly via text. It's like, we're not going to show you what to do. You'll just read a big thing that tells you stuff in huge detail. Okay, you can expand your store. Oh yeah, I remember that. Back then I had like a huge store. I've combined a sock with an axe. Silencer. That's how you silence. Okay, buy, sell. Okay, sure. About the town, I don't really need to know this stuff. Okay, we have to buy a bunch of items. I forget, there's probably like an optimal thing to do. I have 1,000 points. You can also equip these. Okay, let's see. Which ones would be good? Back then, when I used to play, I used the archer character a lot. Just buy a bunch of stuff. So from what I remember, the first character has like... is a swordsman, right? Look, if I buy one of these, I won't have enough money to buy other stuff. Let's buy one of these. Let's buy like a shield. Let's buy a glove. Clothing. Let's buy a raincoat. No. Scrap plate. Which one's good? This one? Let's buy this one. Leather armor, wooden armband, wooden shield. That seems pretty good. Do we have food? Can we get food? Wait, souvenir charm. Wooden helm. Let's get that. Oh, I don't have enough money. Let's buy a wool hat. And let's leave. It was the accounts that can be summoned by tweeting things like, I got my Instagram hacked, I need to write an essay. There are quite a few of those bots. Oh, we get something. We get bread. I remember this game has like egg toast. You can get egg on toast. I'm pretty sure that's what my fan art was. It was Recette holding egg on toast. Actually, it was made in, it was a Flash animation, so I don't know if I can even show it because Flash is dead. I would need to like download something. Oh, the shop is named Recettear. I see. Okay, she's gonna teach us how to run the shop. Put some items, yes. So I think what you do is you go to the spot and then press Z and then you choose the price. Depending on where you put it, it's more like attractive to people. Like if you put it in the front counter, people outside the store can see it and they'll come in. Followed by a weird bot that reposts content trying to act like a white American woman. What? That's quite the thing. Oh. What? I know, this is what I told chat. I said, you know, you put these items by the window. More people will come in. But we have no items, so it doesn't really matter. Let's put all this stuff. Put some bread. We can put some bread. Let's put a wooden shield. A wool hat. Scrap plate. That's all of our items. Yes. Okay, and then customers come in, they'll take the items, they'll come and tell us, I would like to pay this much for an item. Yes. Actually sell things. Haggling? Have you guys ever haggled in real life? It depends where you where you shop. I think most places don't have haggling. Oh, Tyr is a fairy. That's why she's so small. You can see her wings. She's got wings. That's why she's much bigger. You can see from the overworld Right here on the bottom, as soon as they stop talking. Here, I'm trying to show chat. Okay. Okay, she's showing us how to haggle. Happy 4th of May the 17th. Sorry. June the 17th be with you. When I used to buy video games, there was a place in like Chinatown in New York. It's called like J&L or something. You used to be able to haggle. You could be like, they had the prices like, you know, 40 bucks. You're like, what if I pay like $35? You're like, okay. That's how you do it. What is this bot? What is interesting about this bot? Wish to check or alter your button configuration. Button 3. Custom. What? Custom.exe. My immersion. Customize controls. Okay. So what you want to do is sell the item for more than it's worth. Base price. Okay. Press up. I know like 120 is probably a good base price. Maybe 25%. 125%. I think based on the customer too. Some customers are more willing to pay more money. That is the challenge. They can storm off if they hate you. They disagree. Offer a new price. Yes, the art of haggling. The art of the deal, as they call it in some places. How long you can keep haggling. Okay, alright. I'm mostly interested in doing the dungeon combat because I think that was the most interesting part for me. Pick a price? Okay. Didn't I already do this? Let's do... What about 125%? Are you willing to pay an extra 300 gold? Oh, at this level, customer will likely buy immediately. Lower your price slowly. Suckers? Yeah. Be like, this thing... How about 2,000? You pay 2,000? Then they'd be like, no, I don't have that kind of money. Deduce the desired price. Oh, 30%. Okay. 30% is the standard markup price. Loaf of bread, $1 billion. That's fine. You make it cheaper? No, it's already... This is already pretty good. I'm gonna keep it at this price. Yes. Oh, that's what you do. They try to get a discount, even though your price was good. What if they ask if I want the price lower and then you increase it? Will they be upset? Okay. Oh, like this 3... Wait, I don't even have that. What about this? I'm willing to pay 4,000. How about 3,900? Lower than that? If they try to haggle on a low price, punch them? I don't know if that's allowed. I don't think you can even do that. What if I decrease it to common sales tactic, make things end in a 99 price? Like instead of $40, how about $39.99? Actually, I heard that like in some places, the number that they use, if it's like 95 or 99, it tells you something about the price. Like if it's like 95, it's like a limited time discount or something. If it's 99, it's like something else. If it's 98, it's they have certain meanings based on the store. That's what I've heard from reading things online. I don't know how true it is. Okay. $4,000? No. $39.99 with in 5 easy payments of whatever that price is divided by 5. Okay, how about this much? Excellent price? No, that's... What if I increase the price? I'm just kidding. What about 3,900? Okay. This is the tutorial. I would like this. What about this? How about this much? Cool. Are we ready to finally sell things to real people? Okay, it's time for real capitalism right here. Open up the store. Real person? I would like... No, the walnut bread, I put that there thinking people wouldn't buy it. How about a 140%? How about 135? That's good? Okay. She values her 5 gold. Good job, customer. You saved 5 gold. You still paid more than it was worth, though. They should... If I were them, I would simply go into the dungeon and find the items myself. Avoid paying all that extra money. Okay, I haven't had the opportunity to go into a menu to change the sound volume yet. Oh, man. Oh, this is the lore? They're gonna tell us why we started an item shop? You can't skip through this part. I mean, you can press escape to skip all of it, but... I don't want to do that. Oh, we're watching lore. Easy Game Station? Did they make any other games? I actually don't know. I know the studio, not the studio, the company, I don't know if it's a company, the people that localized this game. They've localized a few other games after this one. Like, I forget what it was called. Something, Fortune Summoners? And then there's like another one. I don't know if they're by the same developers. I don't think they are. But I remember, yeah, oh yeah, Chantilly's. Is that one by the same developers as this one? I feel like maybe it was, because there were some similarities. But I think I played that one too. Oh, okay, the lore is that Recette's father left and became a hero. Okay, then he took off. Just leave your small child in in charge of a store. No problems there. And then suddenly a fairy shows up. What? The small fairy? Madam was... She is French. I forgot these details. She is French. Her last name is Lemongrass. Interesting last name. Oh right, she's here to collect the debt from the shop. I see, yeah. That's the lore. She was here to collect the loan. That's why she was called the loan shark. Okay, they're gonna take the house. They're gonna take the house. We have to sell things. Since she's nice, she's gonna help us sell things. Wouldn't it be scary? What the heck is that? Is that her dad fighting the dragon? What? Imagine if you own a shop, you leave to go to the store and you have your child just look over the store while you're gone. And then suddenly someone comes in and be like, we're gonna possess your house. It's like, oh. What are you gonna do then? You're literally just out buying milk. Welcome in, Laketh. I'll require the small child to do child labor to pay the debt. That's how things work in this world. Gonna get sold off. What? No. Only 2 internal organs? Spinach, blood, sailor? I'm just reading words. Various words from the dialogue. Ensure that you won't have to resort to much. Dad's come back and thought you had one job. Yeah, if your child can't fight off the loan sharks, what are they even good for? It's your job as a child to just cry and make them go away, I guess. You can't do this to me, I'm a child. I gotta consult my lawyer for this. Child labor, let's go. Let's go. Time to work to pay off that loan. Okay, this is a lot more dialogue than I remember there being. Okay, they're gonna teach us how to do stuff. I thought I'd just be like selling items, going to the store, going to the dungeon, fighting people. What's all this lore that I have to read? I don't have to read it. What if I just don't read it? But I feel like I should read it. Some of this is a bit important. I forgot there actually was a story, to be honest. I thought it was just like a gameplay loop of like, sell things, go to the dungeon, sell things. There are actually events in this game. If you go to certain places, you can meet different characters. I think that's some of the criteria for unlocking characters. You have to like do certain things. Like be in the town hall at a certain time. There's also, I think there was also like a secret character maybe. I forget. Spent most of the game just playing as one of the characters. I've heard of this game. This is a classic game. It's very well known from back in the day. Oh, she named the store after the combination of their two names. Recettear. Wait, we talked about racketeering. I already forgot what that meant. Oh, the mouse cursor's on the screen. Racketeering. It's when you extort money from people, right? I have vague memories of having this discussion in the past. Okay. Time for more lore. That's a swear word, right? That word that she just said in French. It means poop, right? Is that true? There's no one on the bed. She's just sleeping. Also, I remember seeing like a picture of like this camera angle that is pretty common in like visual novels. You have like a character standing like this, but you're like the camera's looking down at them. And so there was a picture of like someone was like at an aquarium, and I had to try to find the picture, but it's camera angle. This is not how it works. Okay, can we go do some things? Okay, let's go sell some more items. I think at some point oh, day 2. It's time to sell. Does this game have autosave, or is this one of those that we have to like save it manually yourself? How am I'm doing okay. It's Friday. Oh, you can choose what to do on the day. If you want to sell stuff, you can. If you just want to spend all your time in the dungeon, you can do that. It's one of those games. You have like a time of day. Welcome in, Namai. Hope you guys are doing well. This upcoming Monday is a holiday. We have a 3-day weekend here. Juneteenth. Father's Day is also this weekend. Conveniently, in this game, there's also a father. Presentation reminds me of Atelier. I've actually never played any games in the Atelier series. I've seen some people play it. I don't really know much about it myself. Do you also run an item store in that game? Is there like alchemy? Oh yeah, this game has fathers and days. It's true. Oh, you get an adventurer card. You can fight. Oh, I see. Some adventurers will go to your store and will buy items from you. And you can offer them to go to the dungeon with me. It's in the title. They run an atelier. I don't actually know what an atelier is. Today's National Eat Your Vegetables. That's spoilers for the end of the stream. This guy's name is Louis, right? I vaguely remember this guy. Louis. Do I like RPGs? I feel like JRPGs are really long. I tend to not play them that often because there's usually like a lot of grinding you have to do. A lot of like reading, kind of like this. I'm just skipping through the dialogue. I should have put in the disclaimer of this title. The title of this stream. Don't get mad if I skip the dialogue. Okay, basically we're talking to this guy. And then he will offer to help us fight monsters. In exchange for like equipment, probably. Alright, we buy him some healing items. Market. Hold on. Can we go to the dungeon? Yeah, we can go to the dungeon. We can equip items. We can bring items to the dungeon. I have no items. Let's try fighting. This is the was that Comic Sans? Okay, we're both in the we're all in the dungeon, but only Louis gets to move around. Oh, we're invisible, but Louis is not. Due to reasons. Certain reasons make it so we can't be attacked. Is that a Dragon Quest slime on the roof? Probably, maybe it's just like a generic slime. I'm not sure. There are slimes in this game. Slimes are very common enemies in video games. Equip items? I have no items. Okay, check out the slimes. You can attack, you can auto pick up stuff. It's just like Vampire Survivors. Not really. The EXP is, it drops on the floor. Is there a hold attack? There isn't. Okay, what you're supposed to do is like go into these. But what you can do instead is walk around, find the treasure. I think there's also special attacks you can use. I don't want to waste my SP on these random enemies. Also traps, if you, it'll spawn certain enemies. What is this? Slime fluid +1? +1 though? Oh, wait, let me increase the volume. The BGM. There you go. Oh. This guy's range is not that good. This is why I mostly played as the archer character. Is it a roguelike? It is kind of, yeah. The dungeons are randomly generated, I think. Oh, that's the special. It costs 5 SP. What is that? Unappraised item? Now this is the part of the stream where we can Zatsudan. Just going around the dungeon, attacking enemies, gathering items. Anyway, yeah, it's Friday. The Friday before a 3-day weekend. Most people in the office, they didn't really do much work today. I was there. One of the managers was like, "Hey guys, you can log off early if you finish your work." So basically, no one did anything today. What's my opinion on slime? Slimes are good sometimes. Sometimes they're not good though. You do have to get down on Friday. Fried egg. Okay. I'm just going back and forth into the same rooms over and over. You can also grind if you want. I guess it's kind of like what I'm doing right now. We're just fighting some slimes. You can grind for some EXP. Critical hits slows down the game. Okay, let's go to the next floor. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Thanks for wasting your points. There's nothing to spend points on. This is the only use for points. Candy? Presumably the candy restores your HP. Anyway, for the past few days I've been playing... I keep wanting to call it Vampire Survivors. 20 minutes till dawn. And I got to the maximum difficulty. And it is actually pretty hard. If you don't use the overpowered characters. Yo, look at that big attack. Large attack right there. Fried Egg Night Funkin'. I've actually never played that game. The BGM might be a bit loud. Hold on. Let me set it down one level. Oh, so there's a calendar. You can do stuff on different days. You need to have a certain amount of money before the payment is due. If you don't pay, then you lose the game. I have to remember, is there... Oh, I just wasted my stamina. Is there a... Can you save? Oh, you can save. This is one of those games where you have to manually save. I forgot that. Welcome in, Atticus. The hats have preset depth. I thought it was based on the Order of Redemption, but maybe I was wrong. An orange? Orange, you glad? Oh, we got a bow. This could be good if we get the archer character. Okay, let's go down. That's the exit. Yep. I love to just walk into the enemy. These slimes aren't even really attacking. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. There's traps. If you just walk sometimes, the things will fall on you. Okay, we've explored the entire floor. No, I oranged. What? Okay, let's go. Let's go to the right this time. Okay, that's the exit immediately. I could just leave if I wanted to. Instead, I will go explore. Nope. Good thing we're invincible. By we, I mean... What the heck? I forgot about these enemies. Humanoid. Kobolds. This is how you know it's serious. It's not just regular slimes now. We got guys who can punch you. Oh no. My HP, oh no. Desperately need some more range. Presumably, the item that you choose affects your range. I'm using like a pretty cheap weapon right now. Okay, I might just die. let me use my item. This is why we have items. This one probably recovers some HP. Orange. Let's eat the regular candy. Oh, it recovers SP. Okay. Oh no. No. I should have taken the bread. Does Recettear do anything other than asking if you're Daijobu? I actually don't know. I think they're just there to watch you fight things. I think their sprites are the same, so the equipped weapon doesn't change their attack range. But I think the arc. The arc is probably wider based on... Oh god, okay. That was close. Maybe I should just leave. This is the part of being an adventurer. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is one of those games where if you level up, you recover HP, so... That's a good thing. Alright, if you die, they can drag you to safety. True. Extremely true, though. Oh no. Love to do the big hits. Oh yeah, if you attack an enemy from the back, they also does more damage. Jolly Ranchers? No. Oh, this guy's still alive. What is that? A walnut? Chestnut? Okay. Chestnut. What's down here? Seems like this was pretty ahead of this. Yeah, this game was like really good. I mean, it probably still holds up, presumably. Ooh, new weapon? Hold on. Oh, it's the same weapon. It's the same weapon. Yeah, besides the fact that the game is only runs at a small resolution, I think it probably still holds up well. Like the whole like 2D pixel art on top of a 3D like background. It holds up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh no. Oh, the traps also hit enemies. Upscale pixels never look good. Yeah, but the backgrounds are 3D though. Wait, bracelet? Wait, can we equip that? Yeah, let's equip some things. I guess you can't. I guess you can't equip it until you're done with the dungeon, presumably. Shield. I forget how much the dungeon segments feel like Ragnarok. Oh yeah, it is true. I kind of wish Ragnarok was more like this kind of gameplay style instead of clicking stuff. Like clicking in Ragnarok always just seemed weird to me. But probably like the same as for games like Diablo. I've never actually played Diablo, but that one also involves clicking, right? Click to move, click to attack stuff. Whoa. That guy just throwing stuff at me. Whoop. Got him. If you try to upscale DS games, you get really clean looking 3D, but pixels and textures stay the same. Yeah, I guess. What, you can do that via emulators, right? There's some emulators that can upscale things for you. Combat was old school. Mobile remakes of Ragnarok. I forgot Ragnarok had mobile version. Oh, I've been pressing the skill button and I forgot. I have no mana. This enemy is level 4. Big hit though. Love to do it. The motion of these enemies is so predictable, and yet I'm still getting hit. Anyway, yeah, Ragnarok was fun. I played that a lot back in the day. Also played... wasn't there like another game that was like sort of the spiritual successor of Ragnarok? Like, what was it called? Tree of Savior? That was a game that existed. Call of Duty? I think it's Tree of Savior. I could just die here. Oh no, my HP though? I have 1 HP left. What is the orange? Does the orange restore... Oh, okay, the orange restores HP. Cool. Make sure to bring healing items into the dungeon. Yeah, Tree of Savior. I've actually never played that. It was back when I used to mostly use Linux. And I didn't really have a Windows PC to use. I had some friends who played it. They seemed to enjoy it. And become power. Who needs potions when you have mandarins? Yeah, I think it was like a +1 also. But I could have sold it. Alright, level up. Whoa, big hit. I played it on a release, but it was way too laggy. has mixed reviews on Steam. I didn't know it's still... What the heck? Oh, new sword. Oh, is that a better sword than I have? Oh, right, I can't equip... Wait, I can equip it. 28 attack? Okay, I guess the same range. The range is the same. Wow. Anyway, the reason I decided to play this game today... I was just looking through my Steam games to see what I can play. I was like, oh, this game, I haven't played this in a while. And now here we are. Playing this game. Classic game. Good game. Tree of Savior was promising, I guess it didn't quite pan out. Do they still like update it? Is it like still in active development? Okay, I know some like Korean MMOs, they got discontinued. Or, I mean, I guess Gunbound isn't really an MMO, but it is one of the classic Korean online games. And, I feel like Gunbound is just dead. You go on like the Gunbound website, and it's like, we're gonna have maintenance on a certain day. And the day that they listed is like 10 years ago. There's no updates about like, you know, the game is no longer in service or whatever. It's just, they just stopped updating it. But I know Ragnarok is still up and running. Presumably people still play it. People are definitely still playing private servers though. A lot of games will live on in private servers. Oh, there's the egg toast. Toontown? I never played Toontown. I have heard of it though. I've seen some people stream it. TOS apparently still getting updates? Oh shoot. Maybe what if I tried playing Tree of Savior on stream one day? As a game that I've never played. I feel like I don't have the tendency to get addicted to like MMOs anymore. Like I used to play a lot of MMOs, but over the years I'm just like, I think I'm just done with that. I no longer have an interest. That'd be interesting. Yeah, maybe we could try it. Oh, we got the final item. I think this dungeon doesn't have a boss, but there are dungeons later on that do. Sweet. Yeah, his name was Louis. I remembered. This guy. This guy is Louis. Also, I forgot to mention, 2 days ago when I was streaming that VR game, Job Simulator, I remember when I was at the loading screen and the stream cut out for like a minute. My computer actually blue screened at that time. I was like, what the heck? I was like just browsing, like trying to look at my OBS in VR. Suddenly, like the connection died. I had to like look at my monitor through my VR headset, and then I saw blue screen. But thankfully, I enabled Twitch has disconnect protection, so instead of just like ending the stream, it replaces it with like the not like this guy. So that's what happened. Cards, Adventurers Guild card. Nice. Now we can hire this guy? Yeah, it does. Yeah, really. I would recommend enabling it. Otherwise, it's like if you disconnect, it'll split your stream like every time you disconnect. So I know some people who like every time they disconnect, they reconnect, and they have like VODs that are like, you know, 10 minutes long. Like one 10-minute VOD, one 10-minute VOD, like a 2-hour VOD, another like 20-minute VOD. Every time they disconnect, it just splits the video. And so I think the disconnect protection makes it so that if you disconnect and you have like a few minutes to reconnect before it actually ends your stream. So that's pretty cool. I would recommend turning it on. Thank you for the redeems, Big Ham. All of the redeems. Oh yeah, speaking of redeems, I remember I was mentioning how it was annoying for me to like toggle the redeems. Like every time I do a VR stream, I have to turn on and off the toggles or the in the dashboard to like make it so that people can't redeem stuff that I can't do in VR. Today I finally just like, okay, I'm gonna like write a JavaScript thing. So I just like spent a few minutes before stream writing a quick JavaScript. All it does, it iterates through all the buttons, clicks all of them. So now I have that as a bookmarklet. Useful to have. Now I can just click one button instead of like 10. Smart egg. Yeah, convenient for me because all of my redeems are ones that I can turn off. Or I mean, like, usually I turn off all of them. So it's not like I have to like choose like 5. There's no like redeem groups. I wish they had that on Twitch. Like you could say these redeems are relevant if I'm doing VR. They should have a toggle that just like turns them all off. I've been waiting every VR stream for you to forget to turn off. I think they just last until the next time I do a non-VR stream. It keeps them in the queue for a while. Okay. Try to avoid referring to this as going home. What? Oh, it's because that might not be our home in the future. She's telling us that we're wrong. So I think what they mean is you can choose to go home or not. If you don't go on, you can fight more enemies or more bosses later. Maybe that's what it is. Imagine reading though. Oh, you can only take a certain number of items with you. So if you collect like a ton of good items, you have to choose which ones to discard. Thankfully, I have 20 out of 20 though. Now we can go to the pub. It's nighttime. Everyone's gone. Sometimes there's events in the town hall. Or town square. Merchants Guild. Look at all the slime fluid I have. You can sell that in the shop. Be like, customers, you want to buy slime fluid? There we go. Day 3. Okay, it's time for me to hydrate. It's been about an hour. Okay, I have hydrated. I think for next stream, I'll try to set up a controller to work with this game. I think when I first played this game, it was via keyboard, but I feel like a controller might be good. You don't have to click ever. Yeah, the music in this game is pretty good. I enjoy this music. To pay back the loan. You would faint if you found out how big the loan was? Oh no. You guys ever have loans that you have to do? I've never had any sort of loans. I don't have student loans. I don't have car loans because I don't have a car. I don't have like a mortgage or anything. Car and phone. Usually pay for my phone. Yeah, actually, when you buy stuff, they have the option to like pay like a month at a time, stuff like that. Student loans, yeah. Many people suffer with student loans. Hopefully that gets paid off. Slime fluid +4. Chestnut. Thankful statue. Oh, that's an expensive statue. How much does it? How much do students? Sorry, I guess it depends what you majored in, but like student loans. What is the? I guess what is the average student loan in the U.S.? School is pretty expensive. Fortunately, the school that I went to, it was full tuition paid. So that's why I have no student loans. Longbow, wooden bow, clothing, wooden armband, wooden shield. Student loans require a blood sacrifice and a down payment of your soul. No, 100k? Wow. That's a lot of money. It's a large amount of money. It's private school and not government school. I think mine, I think mine was too. Okay. Did you end up paying for all of yours? Student loans for several. Oh, given the fact that you said was tough in past tense, I would assume that you've been able to pay off your student loans. Okay, let's sell some stuff today. There's Louis. You want to buy a leather glove? What about 140%? What about 135%? Got him. Got that leather glove though. Shield. 140%? How about that? 137%? No! He's mad. Old man? Do old people know the price of things? 135%? 130%? Fine, I'll go down to 130%. No! The old guys are stingy? Okay. Oh no. I have sold barely anything. Okay, let's go to the dungeon. Welcome, Nanora. Nanora. What is the chapter? Playing the capital. This is the capitalism game. Any cute girl that enters get free product. No. You gotta extort money out of everyone. Otherwise, you're not doing capitalism correctly. She's telling us about fairy lore. Town square? What's going on in the town square? When do we unlock the archer character? I would like to do that. Let's go adventuring. Level 7. Oh, we should probably give him our good sword. Oh wait, I didn't mean to. Oh shoot. Okay. I forgot. Going to the store, even if you don't open the store, you still it still counts as time. She's explaining the time of day to us. As a child, we don't know what times of days are. What do you mean it's dark? Okay, I guess we have to run the shop. No. Welcome in, Yenny Penny. Man. And time isn't real. You keep saying that, Hamplo. Time is simply a figment of our imagination. If you can't go to the dungeon at night because you have no time. No. Hamplo, I think you would enjoy watching Pomu's stream where she explains her way of dealing with time zones. She proposes that we all have a time glove. We hold our hand in an L shape, Look it up. Look at the sun with the time glove. That's how it is. The concept of time zones, it's so outdated. We should all just have time gloves. Let's just put a bunch of slime fluid. Sure. Wait, let me get the sword back. Replace that with the wooden shield. Wouldn't you like to buy the shield, dear customers? Oh, he does. He would like to buy the. Get it? Funny capitalism. He would. It's true. He would like to buy it. 137%. Everyone. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll go down to the regular price. That's how you get them. You give them a price that's like way too high, and then suddenly they're like, that's too much, and you give them the regular price. That's actually a pretty good deal. Okay, so if the old people are stingy, then I'll sell it at slightly less. Dang old people. That's how they get you. Candy? Everyone's aware? No. That's just how things are priced. 133, that's pretty good, right? 130. Alright. That was a +1 candy though. It's not just a regular candy, it's a +1 candy. Candy +1. Okay, since we can't do the dungeon today because I wasted too much time. Just sell a bunch of stuff. Slime fluid. Everyone loves. Just fill the store with slime fluid. The candy's more expensive than the sword. Yeah, it's a cheap sword. What does chestnut do? I don't know. Let's sell this one. Hey, welcome back. You already have this. You already have this awful sword. I was gonna give you a better sword. How about 130%? No! Louis, no, how can you do this? It was a good price. Fine. What about 120? Oh, fine, I'll go down to 127 for you. Got him. I don't need. What is slime fluid used for? This guy feels like he has some money to spend. Yeah, okay. There you go. I want someone to buy the really expensive statue. Chestnut. 132%. Okay, what I've learned is this guy has money. This guy can do slightly above 130. Am I enjoying the game? The game is fun. This is a fun game. Selling things is cool. Welcome in, Cryptid was taken. Thanks for the T-pose redeem. Okay, let's go to the dungeon. Town Square, is there an event at the Town Square? Louis? Louis from Louis Vuitton? Imagine buying something from a store and you're walking away, the cashier yells in excitement. Yeah, I can't believe we did it. We sold an item to this person who doesn't know the good price for things. I'm sure they probably do that in some places. Not in public though. They'll like go to a back room when they do the customer, whatever. Sorry, what do I mean? When they go to talk to the rest of the staff, what do they call that place? The place where people hang out. The lounge? I don't know. I don't work in those places. Love having internet issues? No. Yeah, some places they your salary is based on commissions, right? Based on what you sell. Like a used car salesman, right? You get paid by convincing customers to buy cars at higher prices. Do people typically haggle when they come to used car places? Okay. What are they talking about? I haven't been reading. Okay. Probably just flavor text. Your dad does. How often does your dad buy cars? Used car dealerships. I'm sure you can haggle. Yeah, I feel like that's probably pretty... What? Adventurers Guild is closed? Hold on. I didn't know that. Oh, it's closed on weekends. Dang it. If I had known that, I would have gone yesterday. Okay, so you have to plan your day around... Plan your week around the fact that the Adventurers Guild is closed on Sundays. That sucks. I wonder if there's a communism ending? I don't remember what the endings for this game are. I think there's only one ending. Maybe there's two endings. Well, if you fail, that's one ending. If you succeed, that's another ending. Every few years, he swaps a car out because he loves them or is helping us change ours. Oh, I see. I have a coworker who he does like... I don't know much about cars because I don't have one. But it's like, they call it a lease, right? Where you rent out a car for a certain amount of time, like a few years. And then after every few years, you can exchange it for a more recent car. And he's like, this is better than actually owning the car because then you get a better car. Okay, I guess I have to manage the shop. Man, that was a waste of time. Missing that one day means I have nothing to sell anymore. We're just selling some cheap slime fluids. No items. Man. Wait, can we... We can go, we can buy some... No, these are expensive. Chapel? If you do that, isn't it like perpetual monthly payments? In some cases, it can be cheaper than actually than owning the car. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know much about cars. I just assume my coworker knows what he's doing. Also, he has kids, so maybe that makes a difference. Sometimes you need like a bigger car as your children grow up. Stuff like that. Sometimes your children ruin the car. You want to get a better one. Once you pay off a car, the monthly payment is over. Sand. I can't get over people using the word sands now. I know sands is like a real word. Every time I just think like Sans Undertale. Instead of Sans Undertale, it's Sans maintenance fees. Sans maintenance fees. Stickers. Yeah. Oh, this is the archer, right? This is the archer character. Can we recruit the archer character? Wow. Welcome in, Choco Jacks. I was Choco Jacks, I was talking about you yesterday. I didn't know you were a streamer. I think I was like randomly browsing the Twitch recommended, and you were on there. I was like, wait a second, Choco Jack shows up in my chat sometimes. I didn't know they were a streamer. Now I know. Artist streamer? Now we know. Okay, let's sell some stuff. But yeah, we're playing Recettear today. I made the mistake of going back to the shop, and I didn't know the Amateurs Guild is closed on weekends. Alright. Sell. Wait, did going to the shop, did that waste time? I mean the shop where you buy stuff, not sell stuff. How is it already like afternoon? I don't know. Old man, you were testing my patience. Music reminds me of Harvest Moon. I've only played Harvest Moon on the SNES. I didn't know what I was doing at all. That's expensive. It's 130%. That's a regular price. I heard Rune Factory is also a good game. It's like Harvest Moon, but you fight monsters. So let's sell this at 131%. Let's 128%. Frickin' Louis. These guys hate me. Old man, okay, I know old man prefers like 125%. 145. Whatever. 245. Okay. That's the whole day. I only did one shop session. Oh right, people try to sell you things too. I forgot about that. You can haggle. It's just like in RPGs. You guys like know when you play an RPG and you get like all these useless items and you like go to the shop, the shopkeeper will just buy them from you. Just like sell them. He's like, what use do you have for like a random thing that I got from an enemy? And they have infinite money. What do they do with it? They don't resell it back to you. Would I buy this from you? What if I buy it at 75%? Most customers will be fine going lower. Okay. 70 or less. 69%. Excellent, nice. Adjust your offer until they agree to sell. Okay. About 70%. 50% and 70. Oh, I can go as low as 50? Okay. I see. 50%. That sounds good. Apple? Yo, Apple stocks though. If you buy this early, you can you can have a lot of money going forward. Apple is worth a lot of money. Whoa, you were willing to sell it at 50%? I didn't have to haggle at all. Can I go down to like 45%? Whoa, that's an expensive item. I don't even have that much money. Oh, I do have about 40%. 40? You're willing to go down to 40%? Okay. People are suckers. Too bad this is just practice. Don't actually have that money. Longbow, slime fluid. Let's put the last slime fluid. The last chestnut. Oh, you know, I should put the better items up front. Forgot about that. This is just the slime fluid store. put all the slime fluid here. Wooden shield, let's put that up front. Same with the scrap plate. Wait, hold on. I think I'm keeping some of these items because I want to use them in the dungeon. Slime fluid. Imagine going into a store and you see they have all these nice items. You see, all they do is sell slime fluid. Welcome in, your Gabber. Louis, I know Louis is stingy. 128% though. 125%. No. Louis is poor. It's too bad because we need to pay off our debt. 132%. Oh, this guy's 125%? Let's try 130. Is there a guide? There's a guide online that just tells you the prices for everyone. This guy has money. I know this guy has money. Probably go up to like 135. You can hit the same price twice. You can, but what if they get angry at me? 133. 3. He values that 3 gold. Okay, that's some decent money. Alright. Day 5. Let's go do some dungeon exploring. It's better that they take the first price, really? Welcome in, Gerb Q. Get EXP for chains. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about the merchant EXP. Old and slow. Is this just flavor text? Does this matter? Cake. Okay, let's go adventuring. It's all flavor text. Can I change his equipment? A wooden armband? Let's bring some egg toast to heal. That's it. That's good. Oh yeah, next level, floors 1 through 5. That is Comic Sans. That looks exactly like Comic Sans. If he dies, you lose all the goodies. I only gave him 2 things. I remember this music. This song is good. Mystery item? No! Okay. In Japanese Comic Sans. Is there like a Japanese font that people get tired of seeing all the time? They probably have like an equivalent of Japanese or of Comic Sans. What? Oh god, I forgot about these enemies. These bees. If they sting you, they get you move slower. You get paralyzed. God, I hate flying enemies. Anyone who's played Elden Ring, remember those like dragonflies? They're so annoying. They're so hard to hit. And they just fly around you. All these rabbits, I remember these rabbits. They're good at dodging. I'm just gonna leave the rabbits alone. They're annoying to deal with. This is why I prefer to play the archer. Yep. Okay, we'll Let's go down here. Oh god, there's 3 of them. There's 3 of these. This sucks. Thankfully, I brought the toast with me. Is it even possible to hit these guys? Do you have to like back them into a wall? Just like that. Mysterious ingredient. Oh, they got mushrooms. Rusty dagger. Yo, it's the Maple Story, Maple Story mushroom. Actually having to use the terrain to fight enemies? This is truly advanced technology. Love to attack slimes though. I feel like the BGM is still a bit loud. Maybe it's fine? No, that's fine, never mind. It doesn't go into the yellow. Actually, the sword sound effect does sometimes. This game company stopped making games. I mean, I guess, like, how long have they been around? This game was released in 2010. So it was, like, quite a while ago. I'm not too surprised. This is just like a small indie company, right? So I don't remember what other games they made. They made like this one, Chantilly's, right? Did they make any other notable games? It's just 2 dudes. Or 1 dude. Yeah, my impression was that this game is just like one of those, they just sell them at like Comic-Con and stuff like that. You could maybe buy a CD at a store. Oh, they also made Fortune Summoners? Oh, that's... okay, I didn't realize they were all made by the same, like, the same, people. Like, I know they were localized by the same people. But I didn't know it was the same developers. That's cool. What the heck? Tuna? Sliding tuna? Yeah, that company. That's the localization company. The company that actually made the game. It's like Easy Game Station. I remember from the credits. And by credits I mean the opening scene. Frickin' bees. Get out of here. This rabbit thinks it's so smart. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I thought Chantilly's and this game were by the same person. Same people. But they were all localized by the Folger company. Carp Folger. Wow. A shell necklace? Oh god. Yep. I don't remember too much about the later parts of this game. Oh, there's also these special things. SP consumption halved. I can spam the skill as much as I want. Yep. Ooh, shield. I think the shield is like if you get a enemy that throws stuff at you, if you're facing the projectile, you don't take damage. Ooh, what is this? Insect trap. Oh yeah, these are the coils. Whatever it's called. They like the Azumanga Daioh. The developer of this game, or what? Are they on Twitter? Are they still? I know they stopped making games, but do they still? They have like a personal Twitter. Oh no, ice physics. Everything's slippery. It's weird, the slime drops a blue slime fluid, even though the slime was not blue. What's up with that? Game developers, can you explain this? Why the slime fluid is blue? I wonder if it's like blood, you know? They say like blood, when it's in the bloodstream it's like blue, right? Or purple. When it gets exposed to oxygen is when it turns red. Is that true? Or is that one of those common like things that people believe that isn't actually true? What, more shop sim games? Yeah, I feel like there's not too many games that are like this. We talked about Moonlighter, but I don't think that one was really that good. It's true? Okay. Also, welcome in Triage 0. I missed the first part of it. I already forgot what my question is. Blood is red, really? But why is it... It looks like blue. Furball. Disproven. The pawn shop game? I don't know. I forget what my question was. I was just like, is it true that blood changes from red to dark red? Oh. Oh, big slime. Big slime. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. Holy frick. Thankfully we have the egg toast. Avoid dying. He avoided my jump. Or my attack. What the heck? Okay, I might just die. Hold on. Let me use... Can I use my healing hand? Walnut bread. Does that heal? That does heal. Orange. Orange, you glad you held on to this orange? Another orange? Infinite orange? Infinite healing confirmed. Back attack? I don't even know which direction it's facing. Side attack. Oh, I see. If it goes into another slime is when it gets big. Okay, so incentivizes you to kill the smaller slimes. Oh god. Cardboard Kings, Card Shop Simulator. I think I've heard about that one. I guess I was thinking specifically of like games where you fight in the dungeon and then also sell stuff. Oh, we got him. Got him. I think the only creature that has blue blood is some lizard that uses copper instead of iron. What? Copper? You have copper in your bloodstream? It's a crab. Should I continue or go back to town? I feel like, given the fact that I had trouble with that boss, I probably should just go back to town. We have all these items. I have 18 of 20 item slots filled, so I probably should go back to town. Still use blood? You want to get to level 15 ASAP? What? slot. Oh, 15 for Louis? What? Oh. Maybe I should just bring a bunch of healing items. Why are they at the bar? You need to get to the bottom to unlock the next dungeon? Okay, I forgot that. All this stuff that I forgot about this game. Brr. How do you unlock the archer character? I want to play as the archer. That was my favorite character when I played this game. Remember, you could charge up your shots, you can do like a triple shot. It was a good character. Which one is the archer? I don't know. The one who arches. Maybe she had orange hair? I don't know. Archer is the one who does the arching. Okay. Unknown items. Mystery ingredients. Have to do character dialogue. I've been doing them. I've been going to the town square. Alright. Orange? Orange, you glad? Okay, 10k 10k is due in 2 days. Are we gonna fail? I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I need to sell a lot of stuff. I have all this slime fluid. Powerful anti-venom. More powerful anti- yeah, I should get rid of these slime fluids. Orange? Orange is worth a lot. Fine, I'll sell the longsword. Longbow, fine. I'll sell the longbow. I'll sell the longbow. Sell the house. Wooden armband? Wouldn't you like to buy this armband? I already made that joke. Wooden shield? Okay. Sell to... oh yeah, right, because he can use it. Cloth hat 800? Okay, cool. Chestnut, replace that with the shell necklace. Oh, the shell necklace is worth a lot? Okay. What else? What else we got? Furball? That's not worth that much. Water shroom, chestnut, insect trap, powerful anti-venom. Okay. Powerful anti-venom. Bronzant, you want the shield. Okay, let's do a bunch of selling today. Oh no, it's full of old guys. Okay. Presumably, she doesn't know how much things cost. It's better to keep monster items for crafting. I didn't know crafting was the thing. You can probably go to 140%. 130. 130, fine, 130. No! Okay, Louis, you already have a wooden shield. 125? 124? Alright. 105? What the heck? That's too low. What about the old guy? Old guy? What percentage is the old guy? 120%? 125? 120? Let's do 115, really? Let's try 120 first. Okay, make that money. What? You can Buy one, buy candy apple. Okay, wow, 50%? 49%? Whoa, okay, I probably could have gone lower. Anti-venom. What about this guy? 135? 130? 125? Because I guess he's a merchant, so he probably knows a good price of them. He's rich. 135. Fine. 120. 126. Alright. I desperately need to make 10k, so I can't haggle too much. Beef bowl? I'll pay you 46%. Okay, alright. Okay, that works. I probably could have gone lower still. I should try going to like 40 something, 45. Time to sell the item. Imagine if like the same guy who sold me the item came back. They're like, wait a second, that's my beef bowl. It's already expired. Wait, store atmosphere? Oh, there's actually... Okay, depending on what items you put in, you have different atmosphere. You should buy more expensive items from the store. I probably should. But if I leave and come back to the store, it counts as like... Wait, no, that doesn't matter though, because I'm gonna be selling stuff all day. Yeah, hey, you wanna buy this beef bowl you sold to me yesterday? I know beef bowls expire, but this one is infinite. Okay, let's buy some expensive items then. Standard charm. Warrior's helm. I might just game over right here. Iron armor is pretty expensive. Okay, iron spear. Let's buy an iron spear. Let's spend all of our money buying more expensive items. Standard charm, warrior's helm, iron armor. Okay, that's as low as I'm willing to go. Town square.
Yeah.
Hello, Louis. He fed food to a dog. Market, can I buy anything else here? Tree seed necklace, cloth cape. Summer sandals. Whoa, that's an expensive. Unthankful statue. Books. Medicine increases max HP. Who's max? Okay, let's sell some things. Let's put the expensive stuff we bought up here. Iron armor. Let's put the iron spear. Hold on. Iron spear is cheaper than all of these items. Orange is worth quite a bit. Longsword. Welcome in, Ivanovsky. I have some pretty unique gaming tastes. What do you mean? I just play games that I can easily talk over. That's the extent of my criteria for games. It's like, can I talk over this game? Is there like a lot of lore? No? Okay, good. Alright, let's sell things. Ooh, that's a good longbow. 131%. I don't see many VTubers playing the games you play. Maybe I don't pay enough attention. I feel like I've never seen anyone else do VR fishing. This game is pretty old, which explains why most people probably don't play it. Pretty good deal? Okay. Longbow. That's a lot of people in this shop. Yeah, VR fishing is my thing. 420. 420. 2.5k. Ever played Minecraft? I played Minecraft. I played single player and multiplayer Minecraft. Why does Louis keep buying shield? It's the tweet, the drill tweet. Someone help my budget. You know, 500 for... Oh, I'm buying? Wait, am I buying from this guy? The drill tweet. Louis just keeps buying shields, that's why he's poor. Is there an indicator to scam this whole thing? 35% for your bread. 45% for your bread. A lot of VTubers I like can't play Minecraft because it's too scary or they get a headache. I get a little bit of headache from Minecraft if I play it in full screen mode. If I play it in windowed mode, it's fine. Oh no, old man wants to buy the expensive item. 121. Okay, alright, we've done it. Okay, this guy has money though. This guy, you can go to like 130... Let's go 132%. Okay, alright. I've leveled up. Okay. What should I make for dinner? What would be a good weapon? You have to suggest them what to buy. Oh, this is when the customer asks you to check in the back. Like, you don't have this item, can you check in the back? Are you sure you don't have it? Okay. Tutorial time. I would like a sword. I have swords. Oh. Yeah, sell things to Louis that he can use. If only he would stop buying shields from me. I have iron swords, you can buy the iron sword if you want. He just loves to buy shields. What did she just say? Steel sword. When they ask you to check even after you told them you don't have it, you take an opportunity to hang out in the back for 5 minutes. I've had a thing where I think when I wanted to buy Ring Fit Adventure, it was like the day it came out, they didn't have it on display. I had to like ask someone to check in the back. The guy checked, I was like, we don't have it. And then he asked me to go check in the front. I asked the person in the front, and they're like, ask someone to check in the back. So I went back to the same guy. I was like, the guy at the front told me to tell you to check in the back. And then he went to check in the back and they did have it. So I was eventually able to buy it. Welcome in Mojave Jukebox. Big adventure. I don't think he realized what Ring Fit Adventure was. He's like, this box is huge. I thought this was just like a regular game. But it comes with like the Ring Fit ring. Yeah, filler quests. Buy it at 133%. 130%. Man, all these tutorials are just like, we're gonna have me do this twice. 133%. 130. This is deja vu right here. Hey, it's a whole 100 gold though. Exercise video games are too much a meme. A Ring Fit Adventure was good though. I haven't played it recently, but it's a very good game. Let's go buy some more expensive items and sell them. Let's buy a... Oh, I already bought the expensive items. Cloth robe, wooden... Iron, nope. Common shield. Warrior's helm, let's buy that. Standard charm. Event at the pub. Quest, oh yeah, you can do quests. Not reading the flavor text. You can't actually do the quests. What is it? What is the pub for? Just for events? Oh, you can't go to the market. I see. It's too late to buy stuff from the market. Okay, let's go buy the rest of this guy's stuff. Longsword. Iron. Cloth robe. A little, buy longbow. Okay. This should be good for a while. Oh wait, no, I don't get to... It's too late at night to sell stuff, I guess. I didn't realize. Okay, let's sell our stuff. Longbow. Cloth robe. Warrior's helm. Standard charm. We have quite the selection here today. Let's try this. Oh no, it's full of old people and young people and Louis. This is the the worst selection of all time. Okay, this guy, let's go to 126%. Come on. 120%. Okay. Okay, this guy has money though. 136%. 132. Yes. Oh no, the small child. Okay, candy. Okay, I can sell the candy at a cheap price. It's not worth that much. Wait, no, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. 50%. 40%. 40%. 50%. Okay, old man. Oh, you want the beef bowl? I feel like I bought this beef bowl from old guy also. How about 126%? Yep, okay, alright. Scamming old people? No, this is just how it works. Ooh, standard charm? Yeah. 1000%. It must be a pretty good beef bowl. It's been sitting in the window for like 2 days now. You can tell it's good because it still holds its shape after 2 days. Direct sunlight. What about 125%? Good, okay. Yo, I almost have enough for the rent. Rent is due tomorrow. Okay, I need to make 700 more gold. That should be easy. Maybe. Okay, none of these things are worth that much. To make money, you gotta spend money. Let's go out. He basically pawned it to me. Yeah. Candied apples, though. Skip the text. The beef has been marinating in the window. What did he say? I don't know. Okay, let's buy some things. 420 gold for a book. Summer sandals. Let's buy two cloth capes. I should be careful. I hope I have enough money. I hope I can sell enough in the next session. I could just game over right here. Longsword, crafter's knife. How often does he refresh these items? Like once a week, maybe? Iron armband, common shield. Okay. It's selling time. Candy apple though. Candied apple's worth a good amount. It's a lot of bonk redeems. You're wasting all your points. Okay, maybe I might have bought too many items. I don't have enough space to display all these. Common shield. Okay, the hat. Hat isn't worth that much. Tree seed necklace. Let's put the cape here. Replace the armband with the... No, that's good, okay. It's selling time. Capitalism time. Oh no, it's the old people and they... Oh no, there's two people that aren't. Cloth cape. 125% for you. Nice. This guy has money. Taiyaki, I have to buy taiyaki from this guy. What about 45%? Okay. Candied apple. Wait, you're okay. Buy the candied apple. 43%. 47%. Oh no, my money. My money, just buy some stuff. Stop selling me things. To 135. 130. Okay, only 1.7k more. Do I have some food? All the little girls share the same money pool. Is this true in real life? All small children, they pool all their money. Okay, food. You want to buy a candy? No. Walnut bread. Since they since they buy stuff at low prices, I will sell my lowest price then. Oh, the amount they're willing to max out grows every time you make a sale. I see. So when they sell you stuff, They then have more budget to buy stuff from you in the future. I see. Game mechanics explained live on stream. A hat. Luckily for you, I have exactly a... Wait, this guy's stingy. Cloth hat for you. Yeah, so what about 120% for you? Oh, I'm so close. 700 gold. How much for that? That will be 125%. Rapport? What is a rapport? Repo ire? Louis? I had just enough money to pay off my loan. Don't screw me over. 622. I can pay 622 exactly. No. Okay. Okay, I have exactly enough to pay rent. Oh, thank God. Okay, I still have one more session I can sell. Let's put candied apples. Let's put I'll sell taiyaki. Wooden armband, clothes. None of these are worth that much. Alright, there we go. We'll have enough. Okay. Is it because it's later in the day so all the small children don't visit the shop? Thanks for the resub, Denchi. Okay, candied apple, 131%. 130%. Yeah, I think this game aged pretty well. Besides the tiny resolution, the graphics still look good. Kids visit first thing in the morning. Okay. That's when I should go. I should go to the market for that. 129% for you. All I remember about this is the meme translation. This has some good localized lines. Yayifications, capitalism ho. What the heck? That's not a raid. You're just you're just a guy. What? Who is this? This isn't an actual raid. Offline Shuba raid? Who's that? Who is this? What's happening? There's no raid. You just came here manually? Coefficient? It died? This is a manual raid? Fake raid? Welcome in, raiders. Literally just a duck. Welcome in, Rai Rai. We're playing this game today. You might know of it. It's a classic game of all time. This guy can go to 135. 133, 132 for you. We're making the money. Oh, what was Coefficient playing? What was he doing? Scarf? I don't have a... Do I have a scarf? Wait, what counts as a scarf? Does a necklace count as a scarf? Drink memes? Memes? What? I don't think I have a scarf. I don't have a scarf for this guy. Necklace? No. Oh, he's streaming from a hotel? Is there like, what is he doing? He's traveling? Okay, I have enough money to pay for rent. That's all that matters. Now we can finally go back to the dungeon to explore. Here we go. The first day of collection. He's in Vegas. You guys ever been to Vegas? I've never been to Vegas. I have no interest in going to Vegas. I heard the buffets are pretty good though. Also, if you want to go to... What's that place called? The Grand Canyon? The Grand Old Canyon? Been to a casino once and hated the smell. I have no desire to gamble. I don't know. I just like, I was never into gacha games. I never like have done gambling. I don't think I would enjoy it. And then watch as I say that and then like, if I ever go and then I suddenly become a gambling addict, I don't think that'll happen. I heard they give you all kind of stuff for free if you spend money in the casinos. It is true. I know some people who frequent casinos. They give you stuff to get you to come back. Pretty sure I have a latent addiction waiting to surface. No. Okay, well I have enough money. Let's go dungeon crawling. Welcome in bucket stuff. Our shop is popping off. We have enough money to pay for rent. That's all that matters. Town square. I'm not reading this. I tried a slot machine. It was the worst arcade game ever. 20 bucks. You play for 30 seconds. Yeah, slot machines are not appealing to me. Seeing the numbers line up doesn't mean anything. Remember when Pokemon used to have casinos? The Team Rocket Corner or whatever? And then they replaced it with Voltorb Flip. Can't have kids being addicted to to whatever. I thought Voltorb Flip was pretty fun though. Also, I should hydrate. Okay. I should have taken a good sword with me. I'm gonna do this dungeon with weak equipment. This was a mistake. Why did Louis not buy anything from me besides shields? Let's bring some healing. Walnut bread, apple. It doesn't tell you which ones recover HP, which ones recover SP. Candy, I think candy recovers SP. Apple is also SP if I remember. Tried blackjack once, they gave me money instead of anime girl PNDs. Isn't there like a blackjack gacha game? Oh no, that's poker. Poker Chase. That's a different game. I always get blackjack and poker mixed up. I guess I'll go with these. Floors 6 through 10. Comic Sans. Oh man, the lighting effects though. It gets dark and then it gets light. Big critical hits. We're juggling these enemies. Oh no, the bees! I hate the bees! Get out of here. They can throw rocks at me. Not this time. Alright, we're doing pretty well. I've taken no damage. No, I've taken 5 HP of damage. Oh no, teleporter. Okay, that just took me like slightly back. That wasn't too inconvenient. Okay, that's the end of the floor. Let me get some treasure first. What, the mushrooms can dig? Oh no, my progress. This game, it's on Steam. This game came out in 2010. It's a very classic game. It's very well known. In the West, at least. Oh no. Nice. It was like one of the first few games, like Japanese indie games, that was localized into English and sold on Steam, I think. And so a lot of people played it. I mentioned, I don't know how popular this game was in Japan, but certainly if you mention it in the West, a lot of people will be like, yeah, I played that game when it came out. Chocobo, I've never played. Is Chocobo Dungeon kind of like one of the mystery dungeon games? Or is that different? One of my first Steam... Yeah, I think this might have been one of my first Steam games too. Besides maybe like TF2. Team Fortress 2. Yeah, the levels are randomly generated. It's got that roguelike aesthetic. Hate the bees, man. The rabbits too. Okay, that's just a dead end. Okay, next floor. I definitely take way too much damage on every floor. Okay, let's destroy the rabbits. Oh no. I would just ignore them? Okay, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just get the treasure and run. Oh no, ice. Ice physics. Oh god, I could just die here. I probably will just die here. Okay, let me use my items. Walnut bread. Okay, that heals HP. Orange heals HP. I remember that. Max HP. Okay, that was overkill. What the heck was... Oh, the bee. Freaking bee. Oh, you get... Oh, shoot, I was just about to level. I wasted my item. I should have paid more attention. No. Wasted orange. Orange, you upset? I wasted... What the heck, this freaking bees? Are these wasps? I don't know. I haven't been using my skills at all. Okay, I'm just gonna avoid the rabbits. They're annoying. Mushroom. Maple story time. Okay, let's go. Wait, what was that? Question mark? Okay, I should, when I'm about to level, I should make sure to use all of my SP. Because it recovers. Ooh, sword? Bad sword, though. Oh, that was a big hit. That was a satisfying hit. It's always nice to attack like a lot of enemies at once. Just see like 50 billion numbers show up in chat. In chat, sorry, on the screen. That's why Maple Story was so satisfying. Using your big elemental AoEs against large mobs. Okay, let's go downward. Maybe I'll just avoid all. Okay, that's a dead end. I thought I had SP to spend. Ooh, what is... Okay, anti-venom ingredient. Welcome in, Nanodent. The birds, they're doing okay, presumably. They're probably fine. Slime fluid. Oh god. Okay, guess I should use my bread. Hold on. I could maybe... Okay. I was like, I'm gonna level up soon. Actually, it's not that soon. Do I still have... Okay, walnut bread. Use that. Heal some HP. Mushroom. Oh, it's because I don't have armor. My armor sucks. Is this better? No, that's worse. That's worse. Sword. I've never seen gameplay of Recettear. I think I've owned it for a decade. By never seen game, do you mean you've also never seen yourself play it? You have the game and you never played it? Or do you mean you've never seen someone like stream it? I guess because this game, when this game came out, like streaming wasn't that much of a thing. Let's plays were barely even a thing back then. So I guess it's not too surprising. So I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually play this game either. Oh, you've never booted up, but you have the game though. I only ever saw menus of the shop. Did someone gift the game to you? It's actually a really good game. Classic game. How did the red-blue blood conversation... I don't think there was a conclusion. I think we've concluded that that blood is red all the time. Whoa. It was $7 or less. This game probably goes on sale pretty often. I don't know what the normal price is. Definitely one of the games of all time. True. True though. Very true. Oop. The traps respawn. Okay, I just want to see what's on the left side. $20 currently? What? Banana. How much are... Actually, yeah. How much are bananas? I actually don't know. Ooh, sword. What is the average price of a banana? Oh. The what is it? I don't even know what that monster is called. It does look pretty silly. It's like Play-Doh. You know those Play-Doh toys? When you have like, oh god. When you, what is it called? I don't know how to use words. When you have like a piece of Play-Doh and then there's like holes in this thing that extrudes. It's like it extrudes hair, right? It's like if you're making hair from I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about though. It looks like those. What is the formal name for those? Play-Doh extruder. Oh man, my inventory's full. Alright. Okay, teleports me back here. Okay, maybe I should stop attacking the mobs. They usually don't drop stuff that I can use. Play-Doh, creepy work hair extend. Creepy worm. Worm time? Wait, but I want to get the items. Treasure chests. Okay, what the heck? Oh no, oh right, yeah, you can't actually even see what the item is. Alright, what do I not need? Slime fluid? Don't need any of that. Ooh, necklace? Sand charm? Dead end. I doubt it's what it's called for Play-Doh. Oh no, back attack. Dead end. Slime liver? Is there slime liver in this? Slimes have livers? Do slimes have any internal organs besides like eyeballs? Actually, these slimes don't have eyes. You know what? I'm gonna skip out on the treasure chest. It's pretty far. Whoa, rat! Dark Souls? Rat with the freaking crowbar? The rat souls? This definitely feels like it could be a Dark Souls boss. It's like a big rat with a... Big rat with a large weapon. 1 damage? Oh, he eats the mushrooms. I assume you probably want to force him to eat the purple mushrooms. You eat that mushroom, rat. Okay, let's eat some items. Apple? Okay, apple does restore HP. Let's restore some SP also. Yep. No. He's the big rat that makes all the rules. Bubbles? He shoots bubbles at you. Bubble bobble. Big critical hit. You know, I played this game a long time ago. I don't remember any of the bosses, but the designs are pretty unique. It's not just like smack the boss until they die. You have to, there's like actual strategy. Like attack the enemies. Leave some enemies alive. Have him eat the mushroom. Alright. No. I like the way these mushrooms, they're just jamming. There we go. Big ol' rat. Alright, should I continue? My inventory's full. No, I feel like I should go back and identify these items. We can do the rest next time. Wait, oh, that's the wrong thing. Came back alive, true. Why did I go there? Pub. Flavor text at the pub. What are they saying? I don't know. They're just saying things. Look at all this text. They're having a conversation. Do they allow small children in a bar when they're not accompanied by an adult? Or just does the fairy count as a as a legal guardian? Okay. Check out the Merchants Guild. She's a business owner? I guess. That's true. Let's buy a long sword. Crafter's knife. Magician's staff. Actually, is there anything else I want? No, that's fine. That's fine. You're serving fruit juice? Alright, she's here to collect the debt. Let's go. 10k paid off. Paid? I love how blurry this thing looks. This thing right here. The textures, it looks so blurry. You can see the outlines. Alright. Perfect. They've done it. Okay, also this is a game where you have to save manually. I have to remember to save. Oh, this is the rich girl that has a lot of money. She'll visit your shop sometimes. Oh, she also has a fairy. Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Alright. What the heck? They have the Amazon logo. Solid Snake. Metal Gear Solid. She's infiltrating my shop. What do you want? What are you here for? Do you want to buy something? And the box clipped through the wall. I forget what she does. Does she own like another shop that we can visit or what? Oh, she has the big item chain store. Alouette. Oh, yo, Alouette from Niji Sanji Ien. Enna, Alouette. Big Bash. Oh, this is the story about the big chain corporation trying to put the small business out of business. Purimu? Yeah. Probably just took a picture from Google. I'm sure they 3D modeled this box. Bookworm. Alright, well after this we're gonna save and then find out what day today is and then rate some. Yeah, this game is fun. More dialogue than I remember. But still fun. I don't have competition. Okay, let's save. Loop 1, there's multiple loops. There's a score. Okay. Well, let's see what today is. Someone earlier already told me what today is. But today is National Eat Your Vegetables Day, Bunker Hill Day, commemoration of General Don Martin Miguel de Güemes, Global Garbage Man Day. Actually, I like that one. Garbage Man Day. Iceland Independence Day, Icelandic Republic Day, National Apple Strudel Day, National Dump the Pump Day, National Flip Flop Day, National Mascot Day, National Stewart's Root Beer Day, National Take Back the Lunch Break Day, what? Nursing Assistance Day, World Tessellation Day. I like either National Eat Your Vegetables Day or Global Garbage Man Day. Both of those are pretty good. Who can we raid? Who is available to be raided? Got some people. Hamflow is playing Super Smash Bros. Global Garbage Man Day. Okay, let's do Global Garbage Man Day. But let's see, who have I not raided? Got a bunch of people. I've raided most of these people. Leonidas Umbra, he raided us last time, so we can raid him back. As soon as I sit through this ad, okay, let me just type the raid. First, he's doing some cooking, it looks like. Okay, let me, 20 more seconds for this ad. I hate Twitch ads. Come on. 6 seconds for the ad. Thanks for stopping by, Neo Way. Okay, alright. Let's raid. Raid message is Global Garbage Man Day raid. Or you can do National Eat Your Vegetables Day raid, whichever one you want. Global Garbage Man Day raid. You can copy Denchi's message. I feel more tempted to boot this up after seeing the game. This game is so good, right? I'll probably continue playing this as a game going forward until we beat it. I don't know how to use words. Until we beat it. Tomorrow I will probably stream something. I don't know what. We'll do something. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a good... If you're in the US and you have Monday off, have a good long weekend also. Juneteenth. Father's Day on Sunday. Power Wash Sim. If that game goes on sale, I could buy it. Actually, isn't there's a Steam sale soon, right? Next week. I could buy a bunch of games. Anyway. Goodbye.